In the previous video, we saw together how to create your first repository, how does Git work, and how to create commits over branches. So in this second video, we are gonna see how to move inside of the story of a repository, how to create a proper new branch, and how edits are gonna change in the middle. But before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Lorenzo, and I work as integration engineer for Cap4Lab. So, in the previous video, we left together with some commits with a new branch, and now, if we have a look about my computer and I do a git log -- graph, we see that the story is pretty easy and simple. Now, I'm pointing to the branch named test, and what I'm gonna do is to create a new file. So basically, in terms of files, the working directory does not change that much because I'm pointing to the same situation. What do I mean? I mean that these two files that we listed out are part of the story related to main. But as we could see, I go back for a second over here to the story, we see that test and main are on the same level, and as level I mean the same commit. So now, if I'm gonna create a third file that I name, let's say test.py, I add a row such as like print hi, save it. I'm gonna see through git status that we have a new file. I'm gonna add the file named test. I say through a commit file test created, and I created a new commit where related to the branch test. Indeed, if I do a git log -- graph, I will see that the common ancestor is the previous commit. We see that main, the label stands here because the story of the branch main stopped at this commit, but here we created a new commit related to the branch test with this message. But what is the difference right now? The difference is, if I go back to the branch named main, I won't see what is this file at all. And I'm gonna show you. First of all, if I would like to move from one branch to another, what I have to do is to use git checkout, the name of the branch, which in our case is main. If I launch an ls, I will see that the file named test.py is missing at all. Has Git deleted this file? No. It's simply related to the branch test. As we were saying in the first video, if you forget to watch it, please go there and come here after. Well, the commits tracks the edit that we did over files and the files themselves, which means that, according to the story of the repository, the file test.py belongs to the branch test. Indeed, I'm gonna show you another example related to how the edits diverge in terms of branches. Now, I'm creating a file that I'm gonna name mainfile.py. I just write something here, I save the file, I add, I commit, saying main file added, and now, if I launch the command git log -- graph, there's something missing here. I mean, we see the previous commit, the previous one, as intended as the first one ever done, and here we see the third commit that we created a couple of seconds ago. But where are the commits related to test? They are still there, but they are not being seen by main, which means that, for sure, we don't see the file named test.py, but I swear you that if I go to the branch named test, I won't see the file named mainfile.py. To do like so, I'm gonna do a checkout. Over the branch named test, and here, if I launch the ls command, so if I launch the command ls, I will see, of course, the file named test, but I can't see the file named main file. Indeed, if I launch git log -- graph, I can see again the commit done over test, the previous one, but I can't see the new commit done over main. This explains two things. First of all, the edits diverge according to the commit done over the several branches. The other one is that we have no visibility over the other edits that are not joined together. To give you more context about the story of the repo that diverges, I'm gonna show you another hint that I commonly use on a daily basis in order to give myself a complete picture of the story of the repository. I'm gonna show you another hint that I use on a daily basis in order to give, first of all, to myself a complete picture of the repository. The hint that I'm talking about is always using the command git log with the flag -- graph in order to give you a proper lines over the commits, but --all or -- gives you the complete story of the repo as it is. And as you could see, we are checked out over test, and here this is the commit. There is the latest commit over main, and as you could see, these two commits are not communicating, or even better, they are not combined at all. The common ancestor is this one, which means that once we create a new commits, they have for sure a latest ancestor or the most relative one. But as soon as we start to diverge in the story, the edits are gonna be different. Which means that the edits that are over main are not over test unless we are looking for this one latest common ancestor. So another thing is that if I edit a common file, and as common file I mean a file that exists on both branches, the edits that are being done over one of them is not reflected over the other one. This is pretty important to be understood because the edits that you're gonna do over a file could not be reflected immediately over another branch. And in case you are not finding out, that's the reason. So now I'm gonna add another line to the file named file2, and I say this is a test row. Save it, git add file2, git commit -m, editing file2. So here again, I will launch the git log command in order to see the story. I see that the story of the branch named test evolves again with a new commit, but I swear you, if I do a checkout over main, that second row would not be found at all. So if I cat file2.txt, I will see, hi there, this is a test row. But now if I do a checkout over main, and again, I will see the content of file2. Here we go, we don't see the edits that are being done over test. So now, what are we gonna see together? We're gonna see the last point of this video in order to join together the edits that we are doing over different branches. But before we do a step ahead, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. My coworkers and I are creating several videos related to Git. So, in order to keep track and deep dive into the topic, turn on the notification to not lose track of any new incoming videos. So how can we join together the edits done over the different branches? Because to give you additional context of how does it work collaborative software development, sometimes is, okay, let's assume that I'm using the branch named test to create tests, and once I'm done, I say, okay, these tests are concluded, successfully I mean, and we can reflect these updates over main. Main would be the branch that keeps track of the release of our software, for instance for the production environment, for the final customer. And at some point we say, okay, it works, so let's join the edit we did over test to main. So the command we are gonna use, the operation we are gonna to perform, is named merge. Merge, literally join together the edits we did together according to two different points. As different points, I mean two different commits, or in this case, the latest commit of two different branches. So now, I'm checked out over main, which is okay, and I would like to merge inside of main the edits that are over test. To do like so, I have to write down git merge and the name of the branch, or in some situations even the hash of the commit. To keep it simple and straight, we say git merge test. We are literally saying to Git, please merge the edits that are on test, on the branch named test, to the current branch I'm checked out, which is main. Indeed, after this merge, I've been able to see, first of all, the second row over the file 2, and the other Python file that we created a couple of minutes ago. So I hit enter, and here, again, pretty important part is that it says merge branch test. That's a default message that Git creates by its own in order to speed up the process. Why is it appeared? Because here Git does not leave nothing behind. It says, please enter a commit message to explain why this merge is necessary, especially if it merges an updated upstream into a topic branch. Here, in this phrase, nothing again is left behind, because, first of all, when we do a merge, we create a commit over the branch we are checked out, combining the edits of the other branch. So we are joining the storylines. Plus, moreover, creating a commit, remember from the first video, go back to see that if you forgot it, we need to add a message. It's mandatory at any given case. So the option we have here is to, okay, we can leave the message as it is, we can add some content, oops, I deleted it, but what can I do is that, okay, I've read something like merge test branch for the tests that passed the 27th July. Okay, I will save with word quit, I hit enter, and what's happening here? Here we have a merge made by the ORT strategy, that's okay. We have file.txt 1 plus test.py 1 plus. Two files changed to insertion, and it created the 644 mode for the test.py file. Do you remember that it wasn't under the branch main? Here we go. Indeed, if I do an ls, I will see, moreover, the main file.py, the test.py.file. And if I do a cat over the file 2, here we go, we see the second row. But, as I said a couple of minutes ago, the merge creates a commit over the branch I'm checked out, which means that if I do a git log --graph --all, I will see that, first of all, if we go just a little bit down, we see the most common ancestor, which was the second commit done ever. Then we see the storyline green one that was related to test. Then after, we see that the label main is over here with this new commit that is named as a merge. Pretty important thing is that, moreover the message, merge test branch, etc., we see that, moreover the author, moreover the date, here it says that's a merge, containing the first digits of what and what, the two commits that are being joined together. D6EBBF4 is this one, is the latest commit that was under main, and B20B973, what could it be? There we go. So when we create a merge, we create a commit first of all, we create additional information to identify it, plus there's another thing that is really important to be clarified. We created the commit over the branch main, so these changes are not reflected at all over test. Indeed, I will show you again the story. Here, we'll see that the label test stops here to the commit B20B97, okay? If I do a checkout over test, I swear you that the edit that we did, they are not there anymore. Indeed, here we don't see the main file, and the merge itself is not here at all, because, again, just as conclusive step of this video, we checked out through add to the previous commit. So that's all. In the next video, we are gonna see together how to share what we did together over the computer to the remote. You have to know as anticipation that the repositories are living under the disk of our machine, but in order to be shared, we need something like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, whatever you prefer. We're gonna see together all of these little but important things into the next video. See ya!